Good morning, Year 5. We're getting to the end of book week now. We've looked at our first fable, and today we are going to be looking at questions for a new text, looking at some mixed retrieval questions. So let's have a look at our new fable. So today is Thursday, the 4th of March, and we are answering retrieval questions, and it's still World Book Week. So our key question is, what is a fable? We're learning about them this week, so we should know the answer. What is a fable? I think. Well done if you said that a fable is a story with a message or a moral. We are going to be looking at a new fable today and answering retrieval questions. So our new fable is called The Shepherd Boy and the Wolf. It can also be known as The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Some of you might actually know this text already. So I'm going to read it to you, and then we are going to talk about our retrieval questions. So let me start. The Shepherd Boy and the Wolf. A shepherd boy tended his master's sheep near a dark forest not too far from the village. Soon he found life in the pasture very dull, and all he could do to amuse himself was to talk to his dog or play on his shepherd pipe. One day, as he sat watching the sheep and the quiet forest and thinking what he would do should he see a wolf, he thought of a plan to amuse himself. His master had told him to call for help should a wolf attack the flock, and the villagers would drive it away. So now, though he had not seen anything that even looked like a wolf, he ran towards the village, shouting at the top of his voice, "Wolf! Wolf!" As he expected, the villagers who heard the cry dropped their work and ran in great excitement to the pasture. But when they got there, they found the boy doubled up with laughter at the trick he had played on them. A few days later, the shepherd boy again shouted, "Wolf, wolf!" Again, the villagers ran to help him, only to be laughed at again. Then one evening, as the sun was setting behind the forest and the shadows were creeping out over the pasture, a wolf really did spring from the underbrush and fall upon the sheep. In terror, the boy ran towards the village, shouting, "Wolf, wolf!" But though the villagers heard the cry, they did not run to help him as they had before. "He cannot fool us again," they said. The wolf killed a great many of the boy's sheep and then slipped away into the forest. And at the bottom, we have our moral: liars are not believed even when they speak the truth. So in this story, the boy was looking after the sheep, and he played a joke on the villagers saying, "Wolf, wolf," when there wasn't actually a wolf there. And then when there was a wolf and he shouted, "Wolf, wolf," no one came to help him because they all thought he was lying. So our moral is that if you keep lying about something, people will stop believing you. And then when it actually does happen, then you might be stuck or have a problem and people won't want to help. So we're again going to be looking at our what, who, where, when, how, and why questions. So we're going to be combining all of the questions we've been looking at and investigating this text. So our steps to success are to underline the keywords, scan the text to find keywords, and write the answer. And you also need to look at whether it's asking you for evidence. If it's asking you for evidence from the text, you need to be highlighting and adding more than just one sentence. On Teams, there is a quiz based on this Boy Who Cried Wolf text. So you're going to need to keep the YouTube tab open so that you can have a look at the text in order to answer the questions. Hopefully you'll be able to answer them. We've had a lot of practice with retrieval and picking out questions. If you would like to stay on watching to find out a little bit about the vocab, then you can, I'm going to go through some of the vocab words now to help you with your question. If you feel confident that you know lots of the vocab, you can go straight ahead and start that quiz. So I'm going to just go through some of the vocab words for this text because we haven't read it before. So tended. Tended means when you look after something, you're looking after something. A pasture is like a field with lots of grass, and dull just means boring. Amuse is when you're entertained by something or you're trying to keep something fun. And a shepherd's pipe is like a little tin flute, that makes it an instrument. We know what a quiet forest is. We know it's a wolf, and we've got amuse again. So I will write these words down here so that you can pause this video if you get stuck with any of the words. So we had amuse. dull, which meant boring. We had attended, look after, pasture and shepherd's pipe. So a pasture is like a field, and a shepherd's pipe is like an instrument that makes kind of like a high-pitched sound. Right, let's have a look at the next page for any other words we might not know to help us answer our retrieval questions. So, his master told him to call for help should a wolf attack the flock. A flock is a group of sheep. The villagers would drive it away. So now, though he had not seen anything that even looked like a wolf, he ran towards the village, shouting at the top of his voice. As he expected, that means like as he kind of knew would happen, villagers heard the cry, dropped their work and ran in great excitement to the pasture. They found him doubled up with laughter, which means like when you curl over because you're laughing so much. A few days later, the shepherd boy shouted again. The villagers ran to help him, only to be laughed at. So let's add those words in. The flock expected and doubled over in laughter. Expected. And like holding. Next page. Then one evening, as the sun was setting behind the forest, the shadows were creeping out over the pasture. The wolf really did spring from the underbrush. That means like the bushes and like where it was hiding. In terror, it means when you're really scared. The boy ran towards the village shouting, "Wolf, wolf!" But though the villagers heard him cry, they did not run to help him as they did before. "It cannot fool us again." That means like fool means like to trick. They said the wolf killed a great many of the boy's sheep and then slipped away into the forest. Okay, so underbrush. That in. Underbrush. Bushes. Terror, scared. What's the other ones we had? Fool was the last one. Fool, trick. So those are all of our words to make our writing, make our, oh sorry, I spelled it wrong, to make our retrieval questions a bit easier so that you know what those words mean. So now you can go onto the team sheet and have a go at the questions, and you can pause this part if you want to write down any of the meanings so that it's easier for you to answer. I hope you have a lovely rest of your Thursday, and I'll see you for our last World Book Day tomorrow. Bye.